Is it valuable to be live streaming if you still have a small following on YouTube? The answer is yes. There are a lot of different reasons that you should absolutely be live streaming right now on your YouTube channel, whether you have just a few followers or a million followers. So let's break down exactly what you need to know. The first thing to consider is that a live stream allows you to engage with your followers in real time. Even if you don't have people joining you right this second while you're live, they're going to see that you were in a live capacity, and if they show up in the future, you're going to be there to interact with them, answer those comments and questions, and respond to them in real time. So showing up again and again and again on a weekly basis on your YouTube channel absolutely builds up that community and shows that you are there in the moment for them, even if they were not there earlier. Also know that with the social platforms, people are swaying away from curated content more to real, raw, and in the moment. And live streaming allows you to show yourself real, raw, and in that moment. If you mess up, you just have to keep going. If you have people interacting with you, you get to do things in real time. They get to see you as you are right now in this moment. No fancy camera tricks, no cutting, no editing, nothing. And so in a world where we're valuing that realness and that rawness on Instagram and on TikTok and on the social platforms, you are going to see people really gravitate toward that live stream content because we know that that's not curated. There's no tricks involved. There's no cutting. There's no editing. There's no different camera angles, and there's no starting and stopping. You're delivering your content in real time and having that engagement and interaction with people in the moment, which people highly value. But one of the most helpful parts of live streaming is that you don't have to do a ton of work for this. When you're filming a video for YouTube, it involves editing and color adjustments and maybe adjusting your audio and adding things on screen and doing overlays and all sorts of extra work that now doubles your time commitment to that video. When I film videos like this, I have to film it, but then I also have to edit it and prepare it and upload it and do all the extra things to go with it. With live streaming, you don't have to do that. You do a little bit of prep work in advance, but you're going to do that for your pre-recorded videos as well. So with a live stream, you have the ability to put your words right up on screen while you're on air. You still have to create that list just like you would for creating that pre-recorded video, but now you don't have to create a graphic and then upload it and place it where you need it to go and watch through the whole content later. You can just put it in your agenda or your bullet point list and notes, and then you have the ability to pop that button on and off to put it up on screen. So it saves you a ton of time and effort. There's no cuts, there's no clips, there's no extra editing. You're live in real time, and all you have to do is do a little bit of prep work before you film your live stream so that you know what you're going to be saying on air, and the rest is what it is. So this takes your time frame from double what your video is at minimum, so you can record and then watch through and edit and upload and all these other things. You get it in one take. You jump on your live stream and you just do a little bit of prep work so you know the notes you're going to be putting on your screen, and then you can move forward. You don't have to go back and do any extra work, which saves you a ton of time and effort. Now at this point you're probably saying, KM, what happens if nobody shows up to my live stream? If I put this work into this video, then what if no one shows up? And I would tell you that it's okay that no one's showing up, especially at the beginning stages of this. You have to remember that any live stream you do on YouTube then converts to a video. You're in this not necessarily for the in the moment interaction, but for the views after the fact. In fact, when you jump on YouTube, unless you're incredibly popular and people show up just because you exist, you're probably not going to get a ton of interaction in real time on your YouTube live stream. It's probably not going to happen for most people. So when you don't get a ton of people showing up, keep in mind you're not actually speaking to them. You're speaking to the people who are going to be on the replay, people who are going to Google search or YouTube search, whatever your content point is about. They're going to see this as if it were any other video you're putting on your YouTube channel. So you're just creating content in real time, and then it gets treated like any other video. So not only are we cutting down on your workload for this and showing them you show up for your community and forming that trust factor with them and giving them that raw realness in the moment factor, but you are also getting all the benefit of that going out on YouTube as a normal video. In fact, compared to some of my pre-recorded videos, my live streams, some of them have done exceptionally well in a very short amount of time. People love that type of content. So with all those things in mind, it is highly valuable for you to be doing a weekly live stream on your YouTube channel or more. By showing up every single week, you are developing that trust factor, you're training them when to show up, when to interact, when to engage, and depending on how you're structuring your live stream, you're actually eliciting those responses, and when people do start to show up, you can highlight them in your live stream to create that fear of missing out. When you give that FOMO to people that they could have been there in real time to ask you questions, they're gonna start to look into you and figure out, can I show up for these live streams on a weekly basis for this person, because I also want my questions answered in real time. So as you are building this up, be aware. You will not necessarily have a ton of people at the beginning. You may not even have a ton of people 2, 3, 4 years in, and that's okay, because this is for your replay audience. So speak as if your room were entirely full, as if hundreds or thousands of people were watching you and interacting in your comments while you were on this live stream. Speak to them, because they will be in your room, just not while you're there. They're gonna be in your room later on, and they can still engage in the same way. They can get into your comments and have these conversations. They can interact as if they were there in real time and treat it like they were there in the moment, and then learn how to show up for your live streams in the future. This is going to be highly, highly valuable to you as an entrepreneur trying to grow your business inside of YouTube. Keep creating your pre-recorded content, that's fantastic, but also implement that live stream strategy into what you're doing on your YouTube page, because it saves you time, it saves you effort. It allows you to have that one-on-one connection with people who are watching your live stream or your replay, and it really does benefit to form that community building and that trust factor, because you're in the moment and you cannot be doing anything fancy while you're doing this. You are raw, real, in the moment, delivering the content and showing who you are on a very relatable basis. So if you've got more questions on live streaming, hit up livestreamactionplan.com, drop any questions down below, and stay tuned for more episodes on live streaming, on how to grow on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and with the tools and resources you need for done-with-you content creation, so you don't even have to worry about what you're going to say on your live stream. I literally tell you at Livestream Action Plan and IG Reels for Business, so you can get back to running your business while still being present on social. I'll see you in the next episode.